Let's be honest, code reviews aren't always fun. If your feedback isn't clear, your developers feel confused, frustrated, or even demotivated. Today, I'm going to show you how to give feedback that is clear, respectful, and helpful. Let's get into it. And if you would like to welcome your secondary teacher, this is Athena. When we talk about feedback, we have three types. We have our constructive feedback and we have negative feedback. Constructive feedback helps your team improve their code. Negative feedback just makes people upset. We have a look at the example of your code is bad over here. It's too confusing. This is negative feedback. And why is it negative feedback? Well, it doesn't say how to improve. It just points out that it's wrong, that it's bad, that it's not good. Constructive feedback or good feedback is clear and specific. For example, this function could be shorter. Have you thought of breaking it down? In this example of good or constructive feedback, what we have here is we've identified what the problem is, and now we are giving solutions to the problem, or we are asking a question to allow the person to think a little bit more. When giving constructive feedback, questions are a fantastic way to help the other person see the problems that they have made. Let's go into this in a little bit more detail. We're going to look at three specific phrases, and these three phrases will hopefully help you give feedback more clearly. Please understand there are a lot more ways to give feedback. I today just want to focus on three phrases, and hopefully in the next week, you actually practice using these three phrases. I don't want to overload you with too much information. So let's have a look at the first phrase. When we use the phrase, have you considered? You are asking the person if they have thought of an alternative to this. It allows for an open and clear discussion to happen. And if the person says, yes, I have considered X, Y, and Z, the reason why I didn't do it is A, B, and C, then it also allows you to get an understanding of their thought process and why they did it in a specific way. A simple way of doing this is, have you considered adding error handling? Our second phrase, I think we could simplify this by. Now, this is something that I experienced not too long ago. In one of my assignments that I had to handle, I overcomplicated the code. And I could tell that it was overcomplicated, but I couldn't quite identify how to simplify it. And this is where my TA helped me, and he said, well, I think we could simplify this by doing X, Y, and Z. And in that moment, it made sense to me. And it really helped me. For example, I think we could simplify this by using smaller methods. And the last one, this works, but it might be clearer if we. Again, in this situation, the code is working just fine. There is no huge problem with it. But clarity is always so important in coding because remember, you might not be the one having to fix bugs at a later stage, or when an update happens, someone else might be looking at your code. So we want it to be as clear as possible. And this is why we might say, this works, but it might be clearer if we name the variables more explicitly. Remember, naming variables So important. And as a quick review, remember bad feedback, your logic is confusing. It feels negative, it feels unclear, it doesn't offer me any solutions. I understand that my logic is confusing, but I couldn't think of a better way to do it. So this is the way that I did it. We need more information than that. Good feedback or constructive feedback. Yes, I find this logic a bit hard to follow. Could we maybe split this into two functions? Why is this better? Well, it's respectful, it's clear, and it offers a solution to the problem. Remember, with code reviews, you don't have to overcomplicate the situation. You can keep it simple. The feedback is still constructive and good feedback. Good feedback isn't about being nice or mean. It's actually about being clear, helpful, and respectful. Your developers will appreciate it, and the quality of your code will get better. And as a quick recap, remember that you need to be clear and specific, suggest improvements, and respect your team's work. This is how you lead effectively and earn your team's respect. If you enjoyed today's video, please, as always, like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what is the best feedback that you've ever received and what is the worst? What made it the best and what made it the worst? See you in the next one.